Hey guys, we're going to do packet 4, okay? Now, just a review, we didn't write on 5 and 6, but we did write on 7 and on 8, right? Okay. So we're going to pick some questions on page 5 and then some 6 and call it a day. So let's do it. This section's about creating equations and systems. So let's look at this first question. It says, Luke wants to sell toy cars at a craft for 12 each. So normally that would just be 12 times X, right? X is however many he wants to sell. So what does this mean? This means if you sell 1 car, you get 12, right? If you sell 10 cars, you'll get $120. So notice this formula will work out well. The materials for each car cost $350. Okay, so this would be how much you make, right? And this is how much it cost, right? So each time it would cost this. So what would that mean? We could try some low numbers. If you only built 1, then it would cost $3.50. If you built 10, then it would cost $35, all right? Now it says the table rental at the fair also cost, okay? So that's just for the day. So that's an additional cost that you'd have to pay, okay? How many cars must he sell for his revenue to equal his expenses? Okay, so they've said make sure that set them equal to each other. So we're going to put what we make is 12x, and what it cost is 350 times x plus 34. And so that would mean we call that a break-even point. Now, they want me to actually solve this. Okay. So in this chapter, we actually have to make the equation and then solve it. Cool, right? All right, so I'm going to subtract 350 from both sides. So 12 take away 3 would be $9. So this would be $8.50. X, 34. Then we'll divide $8.50 by both sides. So we get X is equal to 34 divided by 8.5. So 34 divided by, where is my calculator? 34 divided by 8.5. That's 4. How many cars must he sell for his expenses to equal each other? We get our answer 4. Now, can we check this? Sure. If we plug in 12 times 4, we can ask ourselves, is it equal to 350 times 4 plus 34? So 12 times 4 is 48. 4 times 350, well, 4 times 2, 3.5, would be 7. 7 and 7 is 14, so that would be 14 plus 34, which is equal to 48. So now I'm extra sure that my answer is 4. Neat. Okay, so let's read another one. Jamie has a dog grooming service. He charges a flat rate of $50 per month. So 50 times M would be the total. If I knew how many months, it would be $50. And then I just multiply how many months it's including. He's charged a flat rate of $50 a month plus $10 per grooming. So plus $10 for the grooming. Bradley does not charge a monthly fee for his dog grooming service, but he charges $35 per grooming. Write and solve an equation to find the number of grooming visits for which they would charge the same amount. Okay, so even though it says a month, it looks like we're just solving for in 1 month, okay? So the first equation, he would charge the $50 and then just $10 additional for each additional grooming, right? The other guy, is just charging $35 per grooming. So our equation is 50 plus 10 times the grooming and 35 times the grooming. Now again, if you like this with an x instead of a g, that's fine too. It doesn't matter, but let's go ahead and solve. So minus 10g, so we get 50 equals 25g. So we divide by 25 on each side, and we get 2. So write an equation where they would end up paying or charging the same amount. Let's plug this in and see if this worked out. So with 50 plus 10 times 2, that'd be 50, and 20 makes 70. Would that be the same as 35 times 2? Yes, it is. Okay, so we know for sure our answer's 2. Nice work, guys. All right, let's look at maybe one more. Let's look at maybe one that's a little bit more complicated here. We'll look at part 5, or 5 part A. A movie theater, the price of 4 adult tickets, 4 adult and 3 child, was for a total of 156. So I'm taking this sentence and making an equation. All right, then it says the price of 3 adult tickets and 4 child, so 3 adults and 4 childs ended up being 145. Let X be the cost of the adult. Okay, so instead of A, adult, they'd like me to use the letter X. No problem. All right, then it says use the letter Y for the cost of the child. So instead of C, I could have also used the letter Y. Okay, so write the equation. Okay, so that's the equation based on the information provided. Part B says a family consisting of 1 adult and 2 children has a budget of $60 for their movie trip. Is it high enough? 1 adult and 2 children. So we're going to have to solve this, and this is called a system. Now to solve, I could graph, but this would be hard to graph, right? So I think I'm going to have to solve by cancellation, okay? So let's see. I'm going to multiply this one by 3. So everything in this, I'm going to multiply by 3. And then I'm going to rewrite the equation over here. So I have 12x plus 9y equals 486. Okay, so I multiplied 3 by every single term. 3 here, 3 there, right? And 3 here. So notice I multiplied every single term by 3, right? Now, strategically here, let's see if you can kind of pick up on why I did this. I'm going to multiply this by -4 because I want this to cancel -4. And so now I'm going to multiply this by -4. So that'd be -16y. And then I'm going to multiply this by a -4. Okay, so 20. All right, so what do I get? Now I'm vertically going to cancel this. So this, notice how I've lined them up like that. This would be -7y. This is, what do we got here? -2, 1, 1. Okay, so I'm going to divide by -7 on both sides, and we get y is equal to positive -112 divided by -7. 112 divided by 7, 16. Y is 16 because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. Okay, so y is 16, and we need to solve for x. So we can pick either of my original equations. So we had 4x plus 3 times y, which we know is 16, is equal to 156. So I just picked the pink equation. And now I can plug this in. So we got 4x plus 48 is 156, right? So minus 48. We get 4x is equal to, all right, So now we'll divide by 4 on both sides. We get 108 divided by 4. 108 divided by 4. 27. All right. Now we could have put these two in a graphing calculator, but we don't really get a calculator. So this is probably the only way we can answer this. So now it says, we've solved this, right? We know each adult, we made this X, each adult costs 27. So 1 times 27, and each child costs 16. So it makes sense. This is a little cheaper for a child ticket. So if you bring 2 kids for $16, how much will this cost? We want it to be less than or equal to 60. Okay, so we have $27 plus $32. And will this stay within their budget, right? 59 is less than 60. So we can say, yes, their budget is high enough. Yes, their budget is high enough. Nice work, guys. I'm going to do this in class later, so let's go ahead and leave it at that. See you guys next time.